Coming up next, it's a heavyweight collision between Alexander Gustafsson and Aleksei Oleinik. Well, he's got almost as many kids as he does Ezekiel chokes. Here is the heavyweight hopeful, Aleksei Oleinik. This guy's more than 40 fights over 500 in a pro career that dates all the way back to 1996.
It's unbelievable when you watch Aleksei Oleinik compete. He goes in there and he seems as disinterested as anyone that I've ever seen step into an octagon. But the moment he gets his hands on you, no one's nickname is more fitting. The boa constrictor. You feel like you're wrapped within his limbs and you cannot find an escape. Some of the submissions he has are truly unbelievable. When he hit that Ezekiel choke from the bottom, neither one of us, John, understood why his opponent was tapping.
Yeah, and that was Victor Pesta, and then he got Junior Albini with that famed Ezekiel choke as well. Most people seem to know what's coming. They're dismissive of it. Aleksei Oleinik is a submission magician. He'll try to get another win here tonight. All right, so here he is, the former two-time UFC light heavyweight title challenger, Alexander Gustafsson. There was some retirement talk a few years ago, but he seems to have his head screwed on right now. Came back with that huge knockout of Glover Teixeira not all that long ago that many argue was the best performance of his UFC career.
Yes, and I'm glad that Alexander Gustafsson is still here.
Yeah.
Because why would you leave when you still are so valuable to everything that happens in the UFC light heavyweight division? A very, very skilled striker, underrated wrestling, has scored takedowns on some of the best wrestlers the UFC light heavyweight division's ever seen. Tall, big, great cardio, a fantastic fighter is Alexander Gustafsson.
And he's going to hang around at least long enough to realize a third crack at that elusive UFC light heavyweight title.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a wrestler holding a professional record of 60 wins, 17 losses, and 1 draw. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 240 pounds. Fighting out of Moscow, Russia, Aleksei the Boa Constrictor Oleinik. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 18 wins, 8 losses. He stands 6 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 240 pounds. Fighting out of Stockholm, Sweden, Alexander the Mauler Gustafsson. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Yves Lavigne.
The veteran Yves Lavigne draws the assignment here.
You ready?
All right, so the fight is now underway. On one side, you have a fighter who does everything well, taking on a true grappler on the other side. It's going to be interesting to see how long he can keep up.
I mean, Damian Maia may be the most specialist type of grappler in the UFC. This guy resembles him in a number.
The hip toss as he takes him down. Now we'll see what he can do.
Right into side control. And now he has a headlock trying to pin his opponent's back down flat onto the mat. Look from the transition to an arm triangle to try to chase the finish. There he is. He's moving to the finishing position. Now watch, he goes parallel right next to his opponent. When it's time to finish,
and this might just be a matter of time. Wow. Ooh, right into side control, DC.
This is where you want to be now because you get to make your opponent decide. They try to turn back into you, you can attack guillotine. If they turn away to try to get to your knees, you throw your hooks in and you got all your rear choke submission.
All right, so good ground and pound by him here, certainly staying busy, and not just busy, but effective.
You can just throw punches to keep the referee off you. This guy is throwing punches to be effective, to throw damaging strikes. He's doing a fantastic job.
Lands a strike now from the bottom. Nice work there by Alexander Gustafsson. Man, isn't it fun to watch this dude work on the mat?
He's on now. The guy's attacking the triangle. He finds himself in trouble because he got a little bit lazy in the full guard.
Looks like he's trying to manipulate the head. This could be tight.
Watch triangle, watch triangle. Needs to push the arm to the get his head against the mat. Now watch, as he goes to the finish, watch his chest go to the mat. He goes, it's in there deep. There you go.
Side control now, and certainly I would think more offensive options for the bottom fighter than in the half guard.
Absolutely more offensive options, because now you can just start to get away. You can just go to a wrestler stand-up, get to your knees, post your hands, don't allow him to get his hooks in, right? Really be aware of the hooks. So get to your hands, stand up, fight the hands, break away and escape. But it's so much more free-flowing than a half guard in the side control, because all you need to do is just get the opponent's body.
Oh, is he an active pursuer of the submission?
He's gonna attack armbar here.
Continuing to try to manipulate the head here.
Now he falls back into the finishing position.
Focus of this young fighter. You could tell he was looking for that submission much earlier in the round, but he didn't want to rush it. He stayed patient, let the setup do its thing, and ultimately the submission materializes organically late in the round. High-level stuff out of that young fighter here tonight. All right, let's take a look back at the replay as he gets it done by submission tonight, champ.
Just watch how slowly he approaches the submission, though. He never rushes. He takes his time, but it's his trickiness. It's his ability to trick people into going to the floor with him that puts them in danger and finishing fights.
So a seminal moment for this fighter here tonight as he gets the win by submission. Huge victory in his career, and it'll be very interesting to see how they matchmake him moving forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Leving has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 56 seconds in the very first round. Declaring the winner by tap out due to an armbar, Aleksei the Boa Constrictor Oleinik.
Well, the celebration is on in his corner, and hard to blame these guys, sort of waiting to exhale, get a huge win tonight, and not just the win, but they get it by submission.
They knew what they had in front of them. They knew how tough a competitor his opponent was, but they also knew that if they could get this fight to the ground, they could find a submission. They found a submission. He got his hand raised in the way that he loves the most.